Thank you for joining my session. I'm registered psychotherapist practicing in Ontario, and in my channel, I'm sharing some strategies and knowledge about human brain and psychology, and how you can use these strategies into your daily life and to help to support your mental well-being. I'm working with people who experienced motor vehicle accidents, and oftentimes they are having challenges with concentration, focusing, and memory. And today I prepared a presentation that might help to increase your awareness about patterns that might help you to improve your focus and concentration, and to have some idea about what you can do to help and support yourself if you are experiencing these challenges. It's quite normal that from time to time people might have lower focusing or concentration levels depending on their overall well-being. Related with it's quite related with being ability to sleep at night, eating healthy food, having stress levels. These are also impacting the ability to concentrate, to focus, and memorize things. And here in this session, we will examine what's happening with the brain when there is stress, what are some neurobiological situations that can be impacting your concentration and memory, and how you can choose more intentional steps to help yourself to focus better, to have a better memory. I want to remind that this presentation cannot be accepted as treatment or psychotherapy. This is just in informational purposes in order to increase people's awareness about more healthier choices that they can take to help themselves if they are having these kind of challenges. If you are watching this, maybe you feel like your concentration isn't what it used to be. Maybe you forget things, lose track, or struggle to focus. This doesn't mean that your brain is broken. Your brain might be overloaded, and overloaded systems can be rebuilt. Today, I'm going to discuss about these challenges and share with you with certain questions that might help to increase your awareness, and strategies that you can research and use, accompanied with the suggestions of your doctor, family doctor, or psychotherapist. Uh, First of all, it's important to understand cognitive fatigue. What is it and why is it happening? Imagine that your brain is like internet bandwidth. You have a limited amount, and imagine that if you are experiencing chronic pain, for instance, or headaches, pain consumes a lot of your attention and energy, and it might be using, for instance, 40% of it. And if you are having stressful environment, maybe it's using 30% of it. And if you are not able to sleep at night, maybe it's using 20% of it. And this leaves very little space for focusing and memory, and focusing, concentrating becomes more challenging if you are experiencing these challenges with your sleep, and if you are not able to eat healthy food, and this all extremely impacts concentration and brain functioning. And cognitive fatigue is often seen after trauma, MVAs, as I said, in PTSD symptoms. If a person is experiencing chronic pain, depression, burnout, or even anxiety, can cause a lot of these challenges. So, first of all, it's important to become aware which thoughts and perspective do you have to these challenges. I noticed that people who are having more optimistic and hopeful approach, and starting to research for possible ways, strategies to support themselves, are improving better and faster rather than being focused just on the problem. And first of all, noticing which thoughts you have about your challenges is important. Uh, it's important not to interpret brain fog as a damage. Instead of saying, for instance, I'm losing my intelligence, we can interpret it as if as your bandwidth is overloaded today. And as I have already mentioned, if You already have these challenges with sleep, with chronic pain, with eating, and stress. It's quite common to have these challenges, and this doesn't mean that your brain has damaged. It's just like maybe it's permanent, maybe it's related with other things that you are experiencing. And instead of focusing on the worst or thinking about the worst, researching for possible solutions might might be more useful in the long run. So if your bandwidth was already restored to an optimal level and your concentration, memory, and focus have started to improve, what would be the first small sign that tells you your mind is working the way you want? If your mind were not scattered, how would you like to feel instead? Would you like to feel focused, concentrated? Would you like to be present? What you would be doing differently that would let you know that you are focused or present at that moment? What would others notice? And um, asking yourself about these questions can help to increase your motivation, inspiration, and at least to understand what kind of change you want to see, what's your goal. And while thinking about the goal, it can also help to shift your attention towards the problem, towards being stuck, confused with the thoughts about the challenge and the problem, about possibilities, what's possible, what's your power, and what you can do in order to help yourself to improve. If you are having a stressful situation, uh, maybe you have handled stress before. What did you do that helped you even a little to stay focused and present and concentrating? Even when there are stressful environments, what helps you to keep going? And these questions would help you to highlight your resilience and to think about your strength and capabilities and notice what works so that you can do more of it. And if also noticing which feelings you have about focusing, concentration, if you are too anxious, if you are scared, and this might be also causing, impacting your mood and ability to concentrate because your brain might interpret it as if there is a situation that causes threat, and reducing threat perception might also help to restore cognitive access. So, if you treated this as a bandwidth management issues rather than intelligence issue, what's one small adjustment you could make today? Oftentimes, we notice when we stop worrying or being so anxious about things, there are new possibilities, perspectives that we can learn and we can try. So, some of evidence-based strategies that help to concentrate and focus better include is focusing on one single task instead of multitasking, and using, for instance, Pomodoro techniques, studying for certain periods of times and taking small breaks, lowering perfection standards, sometimes thinking about task and trying to be perfect or having too high standards can also be the reason why we feel scattered, because again our mind can be interpreting this situation as a threat or something dangerous, and it can get more challenging to concentrate. So before you start to study or whatever you are doing, before doing that intentionally, using intentions, concentrating on your work and thinking about thoughts, becoming aware of your thoughts and feelings at that point might help you to be more intentional, to approach with more intentions towards your work or studies. And protecting your sleep, trying to have enough sleep, trying to eat healthy food, trying to stay physically active, if possible, doing physical activities. According to research, these are strategies that help to uh, improve concentration, memory, and focus. So again, when we notice the thoughts that we have about our challenges, oftentimes we are either being afraid, scared, and spending too much time on our heads and thinking about the worst case scenarios or criticizing ourselves. But when we change perspective, when we reframe the situation, it gets easier to focus on solutions, to research for solutions, and to make change in our daily habits. For instance, if you are noticing that your mind is telling you that your intelligence is shrinking, maybe it's not your intelligence that's shrinking, but it's just your brain tries to compete with stress that you are having around. And when you reframe your thoughts in a more realistic way or from different perspectives, it gets easier to embrace yourself with compassion, to understand your feelings or whatever is happening in your brain, and to stay more optimistic and to approach and take steps towards solutions. You can try certain experiments if you will be willing. For instance, tracking your pain, your sleep, stress levels, physical activity, eating habits, and writing how does it impact your ability to focus, your focus quality, concentration quality might help. Oftentimes, you would notice that at times when you can sleep better, or when you are more physically active, or you are eating more healthy food, um, it would be easier to concentrate, to stay focused, and then you can discover whatever is helping you, which strategies are being more useful for you, and you can increase those strategies. But of course, you need to consider which physical activities are allowed for you, and you need to take recommendation of your doctor or psychotherapists. And as I have already mentioned, sometimes we are being too stressed and placing too high expectations on ourselves that our we like this stress is and anxiety is impacting our functioning. So becoming aware of your thoughts and um, being okay with not being able to complete maybe tasks for 100% and not being too perfectionist and being kind towards yourself often helps you to do more tasks and to concentrate better rather than staying anxious and being harsh with yourself. So, what are people generally doing when they have brain fog or experiencing concentration challenges? Generally, when we feel foggy, we avoid demanding tasks, and avoidance weakens focus even further and increases anxiety because anytime we avoid or procrastinate things that we need to do, and anxiety increases, and in turn, anxiety increases brain fog again. So this causes a reverse cycle. So what we can do instead of avoiding the task, dividing it into smaller pieces and trying to do certain parts of it each day might help to increase our confidence and decrease stress levels. And doing certain habits every day helps to create new neural pathways in our brain and helps to form habits. And as a result, you would notice that, for instance, if today you were able to focus for 15 minutes, by time this span will increase and it will be easier to maintain your attention at those tasks. And each time when you would notice that your attention is shifting away, drifting away, you can kindly invite your attention towards what you were doing at that point. And at a certain level, our brain are like muscles. Each time when you do it more, it will become easier for you to stay focused. And you would notice that every day this spam is increasing. So choose one task, for instance, for this week that you can complete and try doing this experiment. You can also merge this task with something that you enjoy. For instance, if you enjoy listening to music, combining it with music, or staying outdoors, for instance, studying outdoors. This also can help to relax at that time and to decrease the pressure and anxiety that causes from starting the task. And as I already mentioned, noticing thoughts that you have about the task or your work, for instance, if you feel obliged and if you are too strict and harsh with yourself, and if you think that I must do it, I have to do this, reframing it with different words, different perspectives, and reminding yourself that why this task is important, what you will get after it, and gently reminding yourself that you are choosing to continue with this task and you are choosing to work on your concentration and memory can help to gain a different approach and to make it easier for you to take steps. So completing smaller tasks will help you to build confidence, self-belief, and confidence reduces anxiety, and reduced anxiety improves concentration, and also feeling of completing the task would help you to produce different hormones in your brain that would help you to again to cope with stress better, to feel joy, relieved, and less stressed. I will continue to discuss about other strategies that you can use and to explain what's happening in your brain in the next sessions. And I hope to see you again. I hope this was helpful. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask it in the comments, and see you in the next videos.